We are live. We are live. We are live. How's everybody doing over here in the chat? Good to see everybody over here kicking it before the live. Crappie Dave Fish on. What's going on, my man? Joey, Super Dave, Slick. What's happening, brother? Slab B. Who am I missing? So I got a question. I'm gonna start this off, get straight to the point. I'm gonna tell you something. This, I'm not a believer in the full moon stuff. I'm not a believer in the full moon stuff at all. My analogy has always been, if I got time to go fishing, I'm gone. I am gone. But I will tell you, I don't have it figured out. It's not every full moon cycle. Uh, but the full moons do play a role in the fish activity. I'm not for sure why some of them affect the fish more than others. Uh, but you know, I've read up on this stuff, and it's people want to say, just like with the bluegill bite during the spawn. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's a full moon; they're gonna be very active." Not this cycle. Uh, I did a trip to Conroe and was fishing for some of those great big old bluegill up there. And I'm gonna tell you, I had to fish for those bluegill like I were fishing for crappie. And that Conroe, the area that I fish, it don't have a lot of big beds, but they got a lot of beds. And usually you can go there and get eight, nine, or 10 per bed. But with this full moon cycle that we've had, it's it's been it's been two, maybe three fish. And I'm talking the good hand size ones. And I'm not even talking about the crappie. The crappie has been pretty tough too. But now I will tell you, uh, like I've always said with crappie, if you put the time and effort into moving and presenting your jig to enough uh, active fish, you will. And I'm gonna tell you, uh, those guys, you guys that fish Lake Conroe, Lake Houston, we've had some good spawns, man, because I am seeing a ton of small fish. But with live scope, you can see that they're small. And you have to put that effort in to know when it's a small fish. And don't, because that time is valuable. You got limited time to be out there, and you you have to put that your effort into catching quality fish if that's what you're after. Now, if you just want to go out there and play around and catch old small fish, you don't have to do what I do right now. But I have yeah, I talk to a lot of my clients. Look at this dude. Where you been at? Robert, where have you been? Have you been fishing? Is my question. You got that brand new boat, and then we just wasn't good enough for you no more. What's been up, my man? Tell me you've been out there fishing and your boat's working good. You got your live scope dialed in, and you slinging crappie in the boat. That's what I need to hear. Slappy said, "Yeah, it does. I think they feed all night. Yeah, and that's what I've been thinking. But the thing is, why does it affect them more on certain full moon cycles more so than the others? And I see that it does that. I mean, and it's like I said before. Usually, uh, I see that they bite better sometimes during the daytime hours on a full moon cycle. But this cycle that we've had, and it seems like this cycle here, the moon is a lot brighter and also is lasting longer. But it just may be me because I've been out there and looking at it and paying attention to it. But catfish and crappie, what's going on, my man? Miss your lives, buddy, but I am here tonight. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. And likewise, man, it's just been time has not been on my side. And I know you guys do those lives over there also, you and Lyle. And I just, man, I get there when I can, But man, there's that time is so limited for me right now, and but I get over there when I can. I get over there when oh here's Steve. Got Steve in. Let me get Steve added on.
What's
What's going
happening?
on, man?
Oh, nothing.
Oh,
Going good,
I
Dad.
see you. You looking like you about 20 years younger over there.
Yeah, I shaved. I think yesterday. I do it every month or so.
That's what's up. What's up, Craig?
Hey, Craig.
Man, I know you ready for that old 300R.
Oh yeah, I got my jack plate over here all bare. Sold my motor last week.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
awesome, man. I knew it wasn't
Hopefully in
gonna
two
last
weeks.
longer.
Yep, 2 weeks.
Yep.
That 300 should be installed.
Yeah. There's Ford.
Hey,
So did you
Ford.
did you get to talk to him?
Yeah, they said it's going to ship from Mercury, but they don't have a tracking number yet. Hopefully it'll
Oh,
ship tomorrow. But they're closed next week, so that's a bummer for the holiday.
yeah, yeah,
So the week after, week of the 8th,
yeah.
hopefully I can make it down there, and
Cool.
it's a half day install. So
Yeah. Slap B said that with this summer heat, he's been cutting his trips off at 11 a.m. I'll
I don't
say
blame them.
this.
I don't
Yeah, I
blame
mean
them.
it's been hot, but I'll
Yeah,
say this. If you pick your areas right, fish some you'll find some deep water near the I can't say deep, but the water depth that they're preferring, and find you some shade to spend some time in the shade. And also, what I do is make runs. And I will tell you this: I you guys know that if you watch any of my videos on YouTube, when I had the doggle out there in the middle of the summer, I got a big old umbrella, and I'm gonna tell you that umbrella can save you big time.
oh yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
Miss
and
Stephanie.
I got a bracket coming from Dub L, the guy that I got my ADA seat from, to go from 1 to 2 seats. He got a bracket that mounts to that system that holds the umbrella. So I got one of those on the way. I can't wait until it get here.
Yep.
There's man, Miss Stephanie's with us
Hey,
tonight.
Miss Stephanie.
You remember Robert?
Yeah, yep, yep. He
So
lives
he's
over in Central
been
Texas.
working hard, and
Yep.
now I'm getting ready to do more fishing.
All
There you go.
right. Good job, man.
There you go. I was messing with him, told him he got that brand new boat, and then
Yeah. Hey,
didn't
Robert,
want to
what
mess.
lakes do you fish? I forgot. It's a Clear Lake, I believe.
Yeah, I think he's in Austin.
Yeah.
Quinlan.
Hey, Quitland.
There's Daniel. I
Hey,
think it's a
Daniel.
thermocline that puts them in the right spots. You know, it's lightened up some, and I know it's going to get right back bad here. But that we had that so-called predicted flood that was going to happen down here, so they dropped the lake level 2 foot. But they've been adding water to Lake Houston, so it's been a little bit of mixture going on. And if you're fishing a river system towards this constant flow, you almost never have to worry about a thermocline. But it's actually pretty light on Lake Houston right now. Early mornings in some areas you can still see it really good, but as the sun comes up, that thermocline sort of thins out.
Right, right.
But I'm not sure what it is. And something that I sort of put the title, did a little description with this videos. It could possibly be that if that full moon hit when they're in transition, because there's a lot of fish that I'm seeing that's they're just really getting done with their spawn here. So I think they're transitioning uh, to slightly deeper water, and I'm not for sure if that has something to do with it. But Slappy say he was having to force feed them Saturday. Yep, every place on the lake I went to. Yep, and that's what we've been having to do. But one thing that I will say is I don't beg them to bite. I try not to beg them to bite. And you got to pay attention too, because if you do find a color that most of the fish will eat, Don't let a few that's just not going to eat make you change baits. I've been switching from 2 to 3 different baits, and they've been working really good. And I try not to let those fish that because they're not all going to eat, and I don't care what day it is. You go out there, you gonna find some fish that's just simply not going to eat. There's Todd.
Hey, Todd.
Slick.
Hey, Slick. What's happening?
Super Dave hollering at you.
Super Dave. What up? Hey, Jr.
JR. Yeah, I seen JR out yesterday, and I seen Joey out today. Got to
Oh,
talk to
cool.
both
Hey,
of them.
Joey.
Gonna have a cool down and possibly some rain next couple days. That's what's
Man,
up.
you see them boats that got tore up on Eufaula today?
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Yep. But
that
and
weather. Oh, man.
speaking of that, if you are on the lake and a storm do hit, don't go to the bank that the waves are crashing into, because it's just
No,
gonna
that
tear
was
your
the
boat
that
up.
yeah, that was the ramp.
I understand it. I
Yeah,
don't care. I'm gonna tell you, me and Bluegill had to sit a
yeah,
storm out on Lake Conroe. We went to the protected area.
yeah. There's no
The
protected
bank
area there. That lake is like it's the fourth largest lake in the United
that
States.
I understand it, but
Yeah.
there had to have been a cove or something there with
No, not on the
the
way back. You're done.
really.
Yeah, that lake is huge.
Yeah.
You can't if you're in the middle. You can't even see land.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Eufaula is huge. You can drive
Wow.
45 minutes on the freeway and still see the lake.
Well, speaking of
Yeah,
that, they should have been treating it like they were offshore.
yeah,
And
yeah,
if it had a
yeah,
prediction of a
yeah.
storm, and I'm gonna tell you now, the weather forecast is garbage. I
Yeah, it
already
wasn't
know
no
it.
small lake. Yeah, that thing's
Yeah,
huge.
yeah.
Great Lake
But
size. Yeah,
yeah, I seen that. It was a couple boats that got
yeah.
caught up at the ramp,
I
and
think
yeah,
they're not totaled or nothing. It's just
I don't know
yeah,
that they got water in the motors. I'm willing to
yeah.
bet. I'm willing to bet they got water in the motor. But man, I'm gonna tell you, you have to understand, and it just takes experience and
Yeah,
time
I
on
got
water.
caught one day, a tornado. Yeah, I
Wow.
know. And that was
Yeah.
nothing. Them winds, them crashing waves, that was
Yeah.
nothing to what I went through. They were triple that. 8 foot rollers
Wow.
coming over my boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
When a
I
tornado
could.
hit Dallas one day.
Yeah, I can
Oh
remember
yeah.
my first big boat. And it wasn't really a big boat, but it was a little old center console. Wasn't a jumbo. It was a fiberglass boat, and I was still deep in the salt water. And we went out one evening, and I got all twisted up, man. And then the wind picked up, and we
Yeah.
ended up at. Now we launched in the bay over there. We ended up out at the oil rig.
Man.
Man, there was people that was like, "Man, how did y'all get to there?" We actually finally seen light. And we just went, man, we was so far off
Man.
that it was unreal. But it happens like that. I mean,
Oh
and
yeah.
and
I've
and
been about 3, 4 times.
yeah,
And it's all big lakes. Texoma, I
yeah,
got stuck one day. Tawakoni one day, and Joe Pool. Yeah, they're all big lakes. They're not no small lakes.
Mark said 300
Yep,
R.
yep.
Yep,
Be here
he
in 2 weeks.
going with the big boy motor.
Yep.
Slab B say he downsized 164th hair jig. They still wasn't crazy about it, but I caught a few good ones.
Oh, cool.
That's what's up.
Yep, yep.
Craig says, "Will it come with a prop or is that extra?" Yeah, oh yeah, that's extra.
Yeah, it's extra. They don't come with
That's
prop.
extra.
I bought my prop already.
Mark
Shoot,
said he
there's
been getting off
thousand
the
dollar props now. Yeah.
easy. Yep.
Yep.
And then you gotta try 3 or 4 of them before you
Yep.
get the right
Yep. Yep.
one.
Yep. Luckily, there's about 4 people that have 300s on this Ranger, so
Yeah, the same one.
kind of
Yeah,
helped me
yeah.
out. I'll
Robert
get
says,
about
"Where's the
77 miles an hour out of it. That's gonna be good.
in the Lake Houston area? I'm tired of Canyon Lake having no water. Time to move to a lake area. I can fish all the
Yeah,
time." I'll
Canyon
tell you
Lake.
what.
That's what it is.
Yeah, if I were you, I'd look at Conroe in the
Lake
Conroe
Lake
area.
Lake Waco. I think it's within an hour and a half of them.
Yeah, Yeah,
Yeah,
Waco,
north.
like wait, I don't know if
Yeah,
it got water, but
yeah. It was closed. It was over full.
oh really?
It's probably open now.
I seen up in
Yeah.
Missouri. I seen some videos on. I don't know. I didn't see it on the news, but I seen that they had a lot of rain up there
Oh, the
too. They got a
floods.
lot of
Yeah, the
flooding.
roads.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. In Missouri, I think it
Yep.
was. Yeah, Robert. If I were you, I'd look at in the Conroe. Man,
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to get the Houston area, man, it's Houston is just not. Man, I wouldn't want to live on that lake or near that lake for nothing. Uh, because the people on Conroe, they are not going to let not a one house flood on that lake. And if they have to, they will flood the entire city of Houston to protect those people up there. If I was going to live on the water, it would be Lake Conroe.
Oh
And
yeah, he's way south.
it's not that I like fishing Conroe any better. It's just that your investment would be safer there.
Yeah, he's between San Antonio and Austin. He's way south.
Yeah.
Lake Travis. It's like a river system.
Yeah, Slap Bill. I think the heat index here today was 108.
Man, I know it was a hot one today.
Yeah, I took the Dargle out today, and man, I ran. Man, it's like I was telling you earlier, man. I you know, I, I can't even come to say it right now, but it don't do that boat any justice just sitting in the storage. And my mind is made up that if I'm going crappie fishing, it's going to be on the nitro right now.
Right.
So instead of me just letting that Dargle set up, I'm really thinking about putting it on the market. So that may be happening soon. Yeah, Desmond was out today. I got to talk to him for a little while.
Hey, Desmond.
Yep, said it was good seeing you on the lake today. I was able to limit out
All
today
right.
around one
Cool.
o'clock. Dreamsicle
Oh,
was the
sweet,
preferred
man.
color.
That's cool, man. Good. Congrats, man.
Yes,
Put a
sir.
whooping on them crappie.
Yeah, he told me something today, and I was like, okay, if somebody they see that it worked. He said,
Yeah.
man, I've been on the move. He said that just sticking and
Yep.
moving, and that's what it takes, man.
Yep.
On Lake
Yep.
Conroe too. If you get caught up sitting there trying to make a fish bite,
Nah, you wait. By the
it's
time
it's
the day will be
it's
gone.
exactly
Yeah.
it's
People
not
fish
gonna
with
work
me and
good
they're
for you.
like, "There's fish there. Why are you moving? I ain't got time for
Exactly.
them. I'm gonna
That's
go
right.
where the fish are biting."
That's right.
Yep.
If you got a beggar, man, you're wasting your
Yep.
time.
Yep. I ain't
And
playing with them.
Jr. He he told me the other day, man, you run that troll motor like it's a big motor. Yep, gotta run them. Miss Stephanie says we've been fishing from 8 to 8 with 99 and 103 heat
Man.
index. I bet y'all probably sitting up under a shade tree though.
Yeah.
I know
Ooh,
y'all bank fish from 8 to 8. Woo
man.
wee.
Yeah, I couldn't do
Craig
that.
say that he got a little rain last
Okay.
night.
Cool.
Joey says, recently I've seen quality fish are exposed and active early in the morning, and around 9 or 10, the rules completely change.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just have to keep moving.
Yep. Yeah, their feed window is definitely a lot
Yeah.
smaller. But I will tell you this, I haven't even been seeing any good fish until around that time.
Oh, okay.
Any really big fish.
Yeah. What's the water temperature down there?
Man, I seen 97 today.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yep. 97 in one area. Same temps here. All right. Haven't been at night yet. So
That's what I'm gonna try this
now I
summer.
think I
Some
think
night
she said
fishing.
8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Yeah.
I'm thinking with that heat index she mentioned. Black smoke. It's night fishing
Well,
time
black
for
smoke.
me. Too nasty and day going this weekend. That's what's up. It says no, we don't fish at night here. Too many bugs. Yep.
Yep.
Black smoke say you can't use a lot of light.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah, I try to only use red or green, but I just hadn't figured out the crappie bite at night. I've been fishing this lake for 20 years and just I think they go under the dirt, to tell you the truth.
Right.
Murdoch, what's going on,
Hey,
my man?
Murdoch.
So you been out in the garden. There's Wayne.
Hey, Wayne.
Got that tracking info, excited to get that box
Yeah.
filled up.
Yep. You got a nice fill.
Cool. Yes, sir. Oh, Wayne, you ain't never late. Nobody's ever
No,
late.
yeah.
And Miss Stephanie said it best right
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Slab B says, I always run to a empty boathouse. I know all the empty. There was a guy that did that, and his boat was drenched. Do you see
Yeah.
that guy
Yeah.
that was at
Yep.
that boathouse?
Yep.
The best thing, you have to be, if it's possible, run towards the direction the storm is coming. Find a bank, the direction the storm is coming. That's going to be your best bet. That storm that me and Bluegill got caught in on Conroe that day, and it was a really bad storm. And we seen it coming, and was like, man, I don't think it's gonna do nothing. I don't think. Then next thing it means to snap our finger that wind, woof, 100 miles an hour. I'm exaggerating on 100-mile-an-hour winds, but we had to make it to that safe bank.
Mm.
And I got to the safe bank, and even though I could look out on that lake and it's white capping and the trees were laying over, I was still able to fish. I pulled up on the bank and was still able to fish. But you have to get to the right bank. You have to know which bank to go to. Steve, good
Hey,
evening,
what's
SK,
happening?
Steve, Super Dave. Yes, sir. Slap BC got caught on Logan Martin a few weeks ago. Run to an empty boathouse. I know of it
Yeah.
saved me.
Yeah. I've pulled in the
Cool.
boathouses before, just for
Yeah.
mostly rain.
Chris says I'm going to get my golf clubs dusted off, wait till fall, and start fishing all new areas.
Oh, cool.
Well, I'm gonna bang them on their head. I fish year round for crappie. Zillow for lakefront homes on Lake Houston. Huh.
Check out Zillow.
Yeah, but
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't have advised anybody to move to,
Yeah.
on Lake Houston, man. It's
That
just
price
not.
too. What's the minimum price over there? Probably like,
You,
yeah,
you know, you could. I mean, it's not going. Actually, the property on Lake Houston is higher than around Lake Conroe, from what I hear.
yeah.
But I just won't.
Yeah,
I
what
won't do
property
it.
prices these days?
Yeah. I can't tell you the rate that you'd have to pay for flood
Right.
insurance if they
Oh,
even
yeah.
still offer it.
Right.
There's Mr. Fahim,
Fahim, what's happening?
J
Yeah, then the
Dub.
I heard the taxes are a lot more too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these squalls can be murder. You right? I know y'all got some good rain down there. Uh, last week. Craig says Monday was our 29th anniversary, and I cooked a big pot of chili over an open fire at my pond.
Oh,
Had a few
cool.
people over.
That's pretty cool, man.
Man, I love me some outdoor cooking.
Yep. Yep. Hey, Miss
There's
Bertha.
Miss Bertha. Wayne says, I love the rain we got, but now I have to mow the lawn again. Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Did you
Three
go to 3 or
blade.
4?
Yeah, 23 Fury. 3 blade. It's made
Craig
by
sounds like
Mercury.
yeah. Congratulations, Craig. That's awesome, man. It's
Yeah.
rare to hear marriages lasting that long anymore.
Yeah. How many years?
29.
Oh, okay. Shit, I'm on. Man, let me add it up. 34.
Yeah, me and my wife made 30.
Oh, man, wait. Man, it might
Oh,
be
Miss
30,
Stephanie said,
37. I better get it right.
wow. Said their high was 80 degrees. Rain last night for about 3 hours. Usually when it's summertime and it rains, it makes it more miserable because you got to deal with the humidity. Craig says, but I think had a few too many cold ones. Uh-oh, a little rough this
Yep,
morning.
37. Let me get that straight. Get it in my mind.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Back to the 90s Friday. Yeah, we've been having the heat index over
Yep.
100 down here, so that's right, Slab B. Got to go look for the ones that are
Yep.
mad at anything that gets in their
Yep.
face. Wayne says, "Have you heard about the catfish are so large they can swallow a man in Lake Livingston and Conroe?" Yeah, most of the lakes down here got some giant
Yeah.
catfish. I see them. I see them on live scope, 5 to 6 footers. So we got some big old catfish down here.
Yeah. Oh,
Black
yeah.
smokes. Time for a safety meeting. Miss Stephanie says, "No, we boat fish on the." Okay, okay, all right.
Okay. Small
1,700
lake.
acre lake. Yeah, cool. That's what's up. There's Fishing Addict. I seen that they got on
Fishing
some good
addict.
fish.
What's happening?
Good fish the other day.
Oh, cool.
Thank you for joining us, brother. Miss Stephanie say we drive an hour. We make the best of it. That's what's up.
Yep. That's cool.
Craig says found over 25 ticks on my leg after fishing Saturday. That is
Man.
not good.
Yeah, that's not good.
Gerald says SK, one of my keepers Tuesday was moving like a white bass in about 5 foot of water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I, especially early. I can't say super early, but when I do start finding the bigger fish, I'm finding them on the move, so they're actively feeding. Even though I hate, especially when I'm with, I got clients, I hate a fish that's swimming. I rarely chase a fish that's swimming when I
Right.
got clients because
Is there
they
a
don't
full moon
understand
now,
it.
or it's over?
Yeah, that's right. It's going downhill now. It's probably
Oh,
3/4 now.
yeah.
Slappy said, "Yeah, about the only time I run my boat wide open anymore is running from a storm."
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I never run full, wide open when I got clients, but a lot of times, old two stroke, you have to you have
Yeah.
to open it up.
Yeah.
It's good to open it up because
Yeah.
that way
I
it
usually
burns the
open it every
carbon.
time I get on the lake. I'll open it up for a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
while.
they loved it that
Yeah.
the RPMs. Wayne says one time I went to Lake Texoma and the shad were so thick at a culvert I could walk across them. What causes the shad to school? They do that every lake,
Yep. Certain time of the year.
certain times of the year. Yep.
Yep.
And that's when you probably could have caught some big old catfish along the bulkhead
Yep.
right there
Yep.
too. Mr. Dump Daddy,
Hey,
what's
Thump
going
Daddy.
on? Craig says, "Where's that sleeping giant tonight?" Sleeping giant. I don't know. What's the sleeping giant?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Craig, help us out with that one. There's Al Booster. What's going on, my man? And Stephanie said, "Yeah, the humidity is pretty bad."
Yeah.
Steve, what you got to fish a few days before you tore
Yeah.
your boat down, right?
I haven't fished since last live. Yep.
Okay,
The
okay.
guy picked it up last Thursday.
Miss
Yep.
Slappy said a friend of his grandparents been married for 73 years. And Slap B, me and my wife, we've been together 30 years, but we spend a lot, I can't stand, she loved going to the store. She loved visiting people. I can't stand it. Uh, it's either I want to be on the lake fishing or I want to be just at home. And they're my two choices that I like. And so we get a lot of time apart. And I think that helps a relationship last. I mean, I feel that if you constantly up under each other, you could run into issues. But I know it helps me and my wife. 106. Yep, yep.
Mm.
Last 3 days. Yeah, it's been over. The heat index been
Yep.
over 100 here too. C219. What's going on, my man?
What's happening, man?
Say went night fishing under bridge was loaded. As soon as the sun went down, they all left.
Dang. Mm.
Yeah, they some of them lakes they'll stack up under them bridges to hide from that sun.
Mm.
What how clear is the water you're on the lake you're fishing C219? How clear is the water? Soup Dave say his was married 70 something too.
Oh,
Both
wow.
died in their
Yep.
90s. That's what's up. Slabby says summer be over. Hashtag summer be over.
Yep. Celebrate the 4th and skip October. Yeah, the 4th's next week. What, next Thursday, I think?
Yeah.
Man,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's a long
1st
time.
is Monday. Yep. Man, July.
Yep. Joey say I think the new moon is July 5th, so it should be improving. Hopefully, yeah.
Yep.
I see that it was. I dropped on a few fish today, and man, they were pretty. I caught 5 fish after I seen you, and that was with me idling looking at a bunch of stuff,
Hmm.
Joey. And so it's coming. It's coming. Yeah, Craig, I seen you joined us. Been following your
Cool.
Facebook page. Really like the pictures and the catches. Yeah, I spent I enjoy LBG,
Oh
the big
yeah,
sleepy one.
sleeping. He probably at work.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I try to do and encourage, especially guys, and the guys are the world's worst at giving away a little bit of information. But and and that's why a lot of the guys, that we had a few that was posting up, but they were the only thing that they were doing was advertise. I'm like, okay, give a report. What's the water temp? What's the water clarity? What's the what color jigs you use? If you and don't you ain't got to be embarrassed to say that you're using minnows. It don't matter. I mean, just do something to help other people out. And I know that
Yeah,
there's a lot of, and I put myself in some of the older people's that can't get out anymore, and they don't necessarily have to be older. There's just some people that can't
yeah,
get out, and I know that they enjoy reading those uh reports of what I'm seeing out there. But I try to do a decent report to where it's accurate. Joey, I seen Joey today. I had a couple of those uh lemon drops, so I handed him a couple of them, and I think he caught some bigger fish. He was saying that he couldn't get the big fish to commit, but
hmm,
I think I seen in his report that he got a couple of bigger ones on that lemon drop. So that's what it's all about. Slabby say, Stephanie, yeah, I was kidding. When one of them goes, the other one won't last long. Doubt. Yep, broken heart. Yep. Wayne says, off topic, I came across a rattlesnake when it was cold, sunning on a rock that had sun shining on it. Snakes will hibernate in the winter, but look for some getting a suntan. Yep.
yep,
And usually, if you see one rattlesnake, there's more. Yep. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do it without my old wife. I know being together that long, I for sure know. Man, I see my dad. He struggled since my mom has passed, and they were together for 50 something.
hmm,
Super Dave says that's how my grandparents were. Grandmother wasn't doing good, but hanged on for years until my grandfather passed. Said she was afraid to leave him alone.
yeah,
That's what's up. Oh, she passed shortly after he did. Yep, C219 says water's pretty clear. So they 4 foot visibility. Yeah, that is really clear.
yep,
So in those clear lakes, and that's why the fish don't. I mean, we just don't. I mean, you can catch fish under the bridges down here, but they're not stacked up like some of the lakes I've seen, especially like in DFW area or farther up. No doubt, Miss Stephanie. Murdoch say he got a question. I don't have time to fish a lot nowadays, mainly just quick after work trips. Is it okay to keep my Gorman unit in the truck? I worry about the heat. Uh, I don't think that there's a problem because I mean if they're on a boat in that
yeah,
direct
yep, yep,
sunlight, I don't
yeah,
I don't see it being a problem.
yeah.
I mean,
Just
I wouldn't want to.
cover it for security.
That's what I was just
Yep,
going to say. I wouldn't want to
yep,
leave mine in the truck because I'd be
yeah,
scared somebody bust my window out and try to take it. We have about 6 foot or more water visibility.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Think I'd be worried more about the heat too, Murdoch. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the heat would mess. I mean, because you get me if it's in your I mean, yeah, it gets hot in a vehicle too, but I wouldn't have it in direct sunlight. Larry says had our 50th anniversary on the 15th, and she's going fishing with me tomorrow. That's
Oh,
what's up.
cool.
Well, good luck to y'all out
Yep.
there, and
Yep.
enjoy y'all's day. Dace, what's going on, my man? He says,
Hey,
"Good
Dave.
evening, everyone. It's been a minute. I couldn't bear this heat on the water. My straw hat, tight lines. Yep. Yeah, it's time for me another one. Those straw hats just don't last long, but they sure do help keep you cool." Craig said, "Can't wait till Christmas to get the jigs that I'm going to win tonight."
Oh man.
Yep, no doubt, Super Dave.
Yep.
Jeff, what's going on, my
Hey,
man?
Jeff. What's happening, man?
Yep, BRTP.
Hey, BRTP.
All right, finally caught up.
Cool.
Yep.
How was your bluegill trip? I see you did a bluegill trip. That's pretty cool.
So the bite was really off. It's like I was saying at the beginning of the show. I was having to fish for those circles like I was fishing for crappie.
Hmm.
You pull up on a bed and you may get two or three, and after that, I mean, you can still catch some of them smaller fish, but the bigger fish, it's like they would leave or just shut off.
Hmm.
So I mean, we still staying over with a good sack, but we had to do a lot of moving.
Yeah.
Yep. And I like that because it's so hot right now. Those little runs in between fishing helps cool you off.
Right.
Yep, no doubt. Gerald says, Stephanie, we can see 6 foot from the dock to the water, and maybe 2 inches into the water. That's right. You got that right, JR. Bite is tough here. Yep. Slappy says the bass elites last week were on Wheeler Lake. Had all kinds of problems. Cameramen passing out, units shutting down, and they had equipment monitors shutting down
Man.
because of the heat.
Yeah.
One angler had to go back early, got too hot. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You have to condition your body and everything.
Yeah, and stay hydrated.
Yep. Yep.
I'll tell you what, I wear my buff, and when it's really scorching, I'll take my buff and put it in my cooler,
Oh, yeah.
and you put that buff around your neck, man, it
Hmm.
cools you off pretty good. Texas heat destroyed my action cam, so I don't leave any electronics in the car anymore. Might be better left in glove box. $1 electronics go in the house when they're not in use.
Yep.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, I know
When
guys leave their boat outside. Even the primer bulb gets so soft, it's the black starts getting off on your hands when you
Yeah.
pump your bulb. You know it's hot then.
Mm-hmm. Says, what do you think about Grenada and then Mississippi? The amount of crappie that you could catch. They are fixing to lower it. I think they
Yep.
already did.
July 14th. It's next month. It goes in effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
10
know
per day.
those
I
those
think
lakes.
25 per boat. Something like
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah. There's a boat limit too.
Yeah, those lakes get beat up so bad, and then it's just like on Fork. There's so many guys that's trying to do double trips.
Yep.
Guys out there
Yep.
doing double. Man, I've always said I don't think that fishermen can hurt a lake, but when you got 25, 30, 40, sometimes 50
Yep.
guys
Yep.
like Lake Fork or some them
Yep.
Mississippi lakes, they could do some
Yep.
damage.
Lake Benbrook's getting beat up now. Everyone's over there fishing.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
and
gonna.
people
Yep.
look for an easy bite,
Yep.
and
Yep. All them guides over there. That place is gonna get destroyed.
exactly.
Yep.
Yep. You go and you get a bunch of guys gathered up that know how to use live
Yep.
scope and doing double trips
Yep.
every day. Yeah, it could. it could definitely, and they need to lower the limit on a lake that have that type of pressure. Craig said got overheated Sunday, a little sick for about 3 hours, even drinking plenty of water. Yeah, once
Yeah.
heat stress hits you, man,
Oh
drinking
yeah.
water
Yep.
it,
Yep.
it, it don't
It's
help.
kind of late.
Yep. Murdoch says just been bluegill and cracker fishing lately, and I don't need need me don't need me for that. Probably just put the monitor in the house. Yep,
Yeah.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
I'd agree. And you got to do some more reports, Murdoch. You can't just come over there and do one little old report, man. Come on, man. Post us some pictures over there. Miss Stephanie said, I'd love to have some stained water. The bite is so much better.
Oh yeah.
Cooling towels. Yep. Water. Gatorade. Yep.
Yep.
I don't do Gatorade anymore, but I drink plenty of water. There's Daniel says, love my umbrellas. We have fans too that last up to 12 hours, and lithium batteries are awesome. Catching a lot of fish. 132nd ounce pink jigs, blue and silver jigs work awesome.
Yeah. One of my buddies, he hooked up a misting system on his umbrella. It's pretty cool.
That's
Yep.
super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my umbrella going here shortly. There's Payne.
Hey,
I missed the
Payne.
first part of the show. I heard you switch over to the pole. Yep, you show. I got two of them. I got two of them.
One on each side.
Yep, one on each side. Miss Stephanie says I've wet my head in the lake when I get really hot. Joey,
Yep.
whatever it takes.
Yep.
Yep,
Yep. I know people jump in the lake and then get back out and fish.
yep. Yeah, I had one of the bluegill trips that I did last week. Had two clients out. We stayed out for a little longer than what we should
Yeah.
have. And the guy, so I could see. I said, man, if you jump in the water, I don't care. Just take the life vest off. I could see him. He was just looking. He was like, man, I want to jump. He just bust out laughing when I told him that.
Man,
Glad to hear
one,
you
two,
guys agree
three,
with it,
four,
without
five,
a
six,
doubt.
7, 8, 9. 9 days straight, 100 degrees or more here.
Yeah.
Starting tomorrow. Yep, summer's here.
Yep. Yeah, you know, when I'm not big on the guys being able to do 2 trips a day. That's just me. I know that I'll get a bunch of flack by saying that, but if you can't live off of guiding for 1 trip a day, is something wrong. It's just being greedy when you try to do 2 trips a day, in my opinion. But it's just me. Wayne says, I love it when I am fishing off the bank while I'm catching fish and someone on a $20,000 boat pulls up in front of me fishing.
Oh,
Yep.
the $100,000 boat
And
pulls
you in
up.
a
How'd you
jumbo.
do? And he's like,
Yep.
yeah, I only got 3, and the guy on the bank's got a limit.
Yep. Yep. Squiddo.
Squiddo, what's
Yeah,
happening?
Squiddo won that
Yep, trip
bluegill
last week. Yep,
trip last week. We hadn't got it set up yet, but
yeah.
we'll get him out there.
Hey, Hutch.
Craig says going to get my new iPhone turned on tomorrow, so we'll take plenty of pictures and post them to
Oh,
you guys.
cool.
I always had a
Congrats,
flip
man.
phone. Oh, okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, them new iPhones ain't no joke.
Yeah,
I think they're what, up to a 15 now. Man,
I know they're a lot of money.
yeah, they got a new charger. I heard, and
Oh, really?
yeah,
Slabby says no lake in the country gets more pressure than Lake Gunnersville. You can go on a Tuesday and the boat ramp is full. It's crazy, but still pumping out big bass and crappie.
yeah. iCast next month. Rumor is Garmin's going to come out with something new. We'll have
Hmm.
to see what it is. Yep.
Murdoch says Mississippi needs lower limits big time. All lakes get hammered since
Yep.
live scope. I'm seeing a huge, and there, live scope has the ones that have caught on to it. There's a 100% more people out there that can catch these fish that
Yep.
before live scope could
Right.
even dream of saying that they could go and catch fish, and that's a lot. Yes, sir. Slabby said, but it's 69,000, so it's a big
Mm,
lake, Gunnersville.
yeah,
JR says, Joey, a fast cool off is take a rag or towel, dip it in ice chest. Yep. And
yep,
just wrap, uh, drop
yeah.
a few drops on the back of your neck. Yep.
They even have some of them cool towels. They call them.
Exactly. You
Yep,
put them in
yep,
your
yeah,
cooler.
yep.
Yep. Liquid IV. Yep.
Okay.
It's really good when it's hot outside.
Must have
Yep.
got electrolytes or something in it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't like messing with that stuff. I used to
Yeah.
drink Powerades. I don't mess with it no more.
Yeah. No, ever since my
Yeah,
kidney stones, yeah.
yeah,
And and what made it bad for me is I was thinking I was doing myself justice by drinking more Gatorade than water.
right,
But
right.
nope. Slick say the thumbs up don't reflect the amount of viewers. We don't give no good information, so they don't give a thumbs up, Slick.
I'm gonna do mine right now.
Thank you, Super Dave. Dropping the links over there. Murdoch says, I'm going Friday after work. I promise a report. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll enjoy reading it for sure. Ricky say the guides are making it worse for everyone else. If it I don't see a need to do 2 trips a day,
Yeah.
but
41 thumbs up.
and I get a lot of questions. If I do 2 trips a day, I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do no 2 trips. I'm not. 1 trip a day is exhausting to me.
Right,
Miss Stephanie says that we had 53 tournaments on the 17th. Wow,
man.
that's a lot with 40 plus boats
Mm,
plus the fun fishermen.
man.
Yep, that's some hard pressure. There's Darian.
Hey, Darian, what's up, man?
Ricky says all in the name of greed. Yes, sir. Slap B says Murdoch. I've heard they are lowering limits in the SIP lakes. I think I heard something about that. Yep, they are.
Yep. Yeah, it's all over. Everyone has their different opinions, and they shouldn't
Yeah,
do it. And that's what them guys get paid for, the research. And
yeah. I mean, if I don't mean maybe they should start stocking. I was in 2023. Steve, when was
when
the
was
last
last
time you
time?
fished Spinbrook?
Maybe 4 or 5 months ago, 6 months maybe.
Yeah.
During the spawn, I fished it. Maybe 3 months. Yeah, it was
Mark,
high. Yeah.
Mark says I've seen many $100,000 boats put on the trailer with no fish in them.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Just sit at a ramp and just watch the boats. There's some money.
Yep.
$140,000 icons and $100,000 Rangers.
Yep. Yeah, I see even guys that go and buy, invest in live scope that they just can't get it.
Right.
It's not simple.
Yeah.
Boat control being especially fishing the lakes down here. I mean, if you're on a lake where you can go up there and be like uh uh I forgot his name that quick. Be like the pole dancers and hit spot lock and cast at a school with 30 or 40 crappie in it. That makes it easy, but when you gotta have that boat control, and I'm gonna tell you, if I can do it, anybody can do it, but it is a lot of work, and it's not simple. And then when you do get the jig to the fish, you still have to give it the right action to
Yep.
entice that fish because they're just not going. You can't put that jig down there and put it in their mouth and
Yeah.
make them bite it. You have to entice that fish. You have to make him make his mind up to eat that jig. So it's some work. Slab they not on all of them. Our officials waiting till the lakes are declining before they change. And that's too
Yeah.
late.
I figure after Mississippi does it, other states are probably going to
Yeah,
follow suit.
yeah.
You know what I mean? They're
Well,
going to,
I'll say this,
yeah,
it don't take long for these crappie to rebound.
yeah, yeah.
They even on like on Lake Houston for 3 years in a row, right in the middle of the spawn, they dump. And I'm gonna tell you, I talk about Lake Houston with it, the water level a lot. 2 foot out of Lake Houston makes it a dangerous lake because there's so much dry areas that it's unreal, and they killed a ton. And to tell you the truth, I feel that that's what changed the crappie's habit of spawning shallow, because ever since then it's rare that you see people catching fish on the bank.
Hmm.
Not only that, but also the water clarity is nowhere near as murky as it used to be.
Hmm.
But those uh those fish are not stupid.
Yeah.
You right in the middle of the spawn, you drop that lake 2 foot like they did 3 years in a row. Those fish know we gonna spawn deeper
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
protect us. And I'm telling you, Lake Houston is rebounding right now. I'm seeing a ton of small fish, and those fish, in another year or so, Lake Houston gonna be back to what it used to
Yeah.
be.
I remember
But
Cedar Creek. It'd be 10 fish to one keeper.
yeah,
Yep. It's better now, but yep. Before live scope, some lakes are just a lot of dinks. Joe Pool. People go
hmm
out there and catch 100 fish and they'll have like 6 keepers. No,
wow, yeah. But if you got live scope, how do you do that?
that's prior to live scope.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. Darren asked if I've caught any gills over a pound. We usually get, one or two. That's all we
Yeah.
target is the filleters.
Right.
If they're not a pound, they 3/4 pound.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, and it ain't like live scoping them. You're just casting into
Yeah,
a
yeah,
bed.
you fish in the beds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're not
I don't
singling
even
out fish.
I don't even turn my live scope on unless I'm on, in an area where I can fish a tree or something off
Right.
in that cove. It's the only time I'll have my live. Other than
Yeah.
that, it's just side imaging.
Yep.
Robert says, I have to go all. Great seeing y'all. I'll be back more often. Thank
All
you,
right.
Robert. Man,
Take care,
good.
Robert.
Hopefully everything has been all
Yeah.
good for you. Thank you for joining us, brother. Slab B says, I think all lakes get way more pressure now, but you take the popular lakes even before 2020, and the C word is really crazy now, hence Lake Gunnersville. Why so many out of
Yeah.
staters fished them? Yep.
They said Grenada, I forgot, 120 guides a day out there. Yeah.
Wow.
The boat
Grenada
ramps,
gets
if you don't
some.
get there by 8 o'clock, you can't park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, once a lake gets the name, and as you can see, the three
Yep.
pounders have just
Yep.
went way down.
And the spawn, even more people go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Craig said I caught two crappie on a 3/4 chatterbait. One was 14. We was fishing for bass for the elderly couple up the road.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, if they want, they'll nail a big bait.
Yep. Yep.
Slap B says Murdoch. Oh, okay. I heard something about it the other day, but the winter draw down saves Grenada. Any of you guys that would like to get out on a boat with me, this is my info right here to contact me. You can find out all about the guide trips and whatever else other questions that you have. And I don't have a secretary, so it may be sometimes I get back to you the same day, other times it may be a day or two after. JR says if anyone is not seeing the thumbs up on your YouTube screen, then hit X above chat, hit thumbs up, then reopen chat. YouTube change video screen. Okay. Thank you, JR. There's Torque. What's going
Hey,
on, my
Torek,
man?
what's happening, man?
Wayne says, "Have you seen the video of Baker's haul over Inlet? Insane. Yep. There's a lot of people get hurt in that thing." Murdoch says, "I think all lakes cycle usually about every 7 years, but I do think stricter limits would make it more consistent, without a doubt." And it's like I said, these fish adapt, especially the big fish. They're not stupid. Uh, I'm willing to bet there's still the same number 3 pound fish in those Mississippi lakes. It's just that they have learned. And just like me, Jr. and Joey have been talking on Lake. I talk about Lake Houston. I fish it a lot, but you'd have to fish this lake to understand the difficulty that it presents. And I see it day in and day out. You could drop down there and catch those, 8, 9, and barely 10-inch fish all day long on anything. But when you drop on that big fish, you have to have the right color, the right action, and everything else. It's a difference when you're fishing for big fish versus catching those little ones. There's a huge difference. They do adapt. And I can tell if I'm fishing a brush pile area that other people are fishing, I see fish leaving it before I even get close. And that's why I try to target the stuff that's not getting beat up. It's rare that I fish a community hole. And it's due to the fish being smart. It's not about, them catching them all. It's that they got that boat there, especially if you got boat slap. You dropping jigs down there, and most people get tangled up in the brush. Those fish know you're there. And I tell clients at all times, well, they know we're here, and I'll see that fish react. It could be the shadow of the boat, could be boat slap, just you getting close. They react and make moves to to stay clear of that boat.
Yep.
Miss Stephanie says I caught some on a 5-inch grub. Yep. Joey says I came across several piles lit up with fish farther up the bayou today when I was looking around, all young crappie. Yep. There's a ton of them.
Yep.
Craig says looked like Steve fell asleep. Nah, he's reading on
No,
his phone.
yeah, I was trying to find something.
There's John. Says good evening, fellas. Question: do you guys hit the lake early morning or late evening during this heat wave? Me and my daughter brought home 30 plus this past Saturday between 4:30 and 7 p.m. in the
Well,
heat.
that's good. Yep.
Yeah, I see that, especially the bigger fish. Yeah, it's taking me till 9 or 10 or so before I really get on some good fish.
Yeah, the last few times I was fishing, I didn't show up to the lake till about 2. Had
Yeah.
a limit in a couple hours.
Slab says I think the big fish it's more about presentation because I've dropped on them several times, but right, send it just right,
Yeah.
they whack it. Yep,
Yeah. It's just, yeah, you have to give them what they want, basically.
yep,
It's you against that fish, and you want to win.
that's right. My thing is I try to find that jig color that the fish reacts to pretty quickly. I want him to I don't want to have to sit there and almost touch this fish before he finally sees that bait. I want that the faster he reacts, I know that I'm with the right jig. Now I'll change. I'll carry 2 or 3 rods with me, and if I see it that I'm having a pound on this fish before he sees it, I'll just grab another rod, drop down there, and sometimes it's just like with this lemon drop. The other day when I first dropped that down there, I was like, oh yeah, this is the color they want. You can tell the color that they want. So color does make a difference, but that action, you could drop the right color down there with the wrong action, you're still not gonna catch fish. So you have to have that those two right there run side by side. Miss
Yep.
Stephanie says, sad thing is on a 1750-acre lake, it's hard to fish anywhere that isn't beat up.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yep.
without a doubt. Murdoch says, nobody needs to catch 30 per person. Every time they go, I saw a lot of that this spring. My limit is 12 inches, minimum 12 fish limit. If I run out in the freezer, I'll go fishing. There you
Yep.
go. Yeah, I'm right now. I'm to where I can go and catch me 6 fish, and I'm good.
Yep. Yep. Same thing.
Go and cook them up. Have a
Yep.
few fillets for
Yep.
leftover, and I'm good. When it's time to cook more fish, guess
Yep.
what? I go fishing again.
Back when I was working, I used to cook for the guys that worked, so I'd keep a lot more fish.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
fry 80 fillets at a time, bring them to work.
Hmm.
We'd
Yeah,
even
only
do
time I'll
breakfast, tacos. Yep.
yeah, only time I'll keep a limit now if one of my family members need fish. So
Right.
that's the only time.
Yeah, I'd
JR says
let
three
them
to
survive.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, because there's some people that live close to the lake. As soon as they get off, they go and grab their boat and they're ripping and running.
Yeah.
3 to 7 on Lake Houston is like fishing on the interstate. Black Rain, what's going on, my brother?
What's happening, Black Rain?
Thank you for joining us. Slap B says we got 30 limit here. My limit is 15 unless I'm having a big fish fry. I keep mine in the winter mostly. There you go. There you go. Craig says finally had to throw away the blue and white jig. Wait, hey, now I got a question for you. Did you turn it on all sides before you threw it away?
I'll flip it around sideways, everything.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, because if it starts
Yep.
sliding down your hook, all you gotta do
If
is
you can
turn it.
tell it used to be a jig, it still got use.
Still got use. That's funny. Without a doubt, I totally agree. Yep. Yes, Labby, I'm with you, man. I mean, to me, fresh, never frozen is the way to go.
Yeah.
I know that some people they can't get to the lake as for sure not as often as I do, but I'll tell you this: I don't see that this lake down here is getting beat up at all. Um, there's so few people that can go out there and get a limit, and I will tell you this: there's some guys that live on this lake that and I know it's just that the numbers are down and but you can still go out there and get you a very good sack of fish. But there are some guys that live on this lake they just can't do it. They've been struggling really bad. Joey said I only had one boat being rude today. JR, it was nice change to what it's been like. I'm ready for that winter traffic. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I talked to a couple of kayakers. One that I waked really good Saturday morning, and this is the bad thing right here is when a person see, especially a kayak, and he's sitting there doing donuts. He say the guy seen him right there fishing. He's just started doing donuts on his jet ski.
Hmm.
But they just don't know. That's that weekend crowd. They
Yep.
just don't know. They don't care. Craig says it was all used up. Couldn't keep it on the hook anymore.
Yeah.
Murdoch says only limits tackle jig I've tore up was because a grinnell hit it.
Oh, we talked about that a couple weeks ago. The Grinnell.
Yep, yep,
There's another name for him. I can't remember what they were saying.
yeah. Shoot pick.
Yeah.
There's a few different names. Well, guys, we've made it an hour in, and I did not get set up for the giveaway, so we'll make do on that next week. You got anything else, Steve? Anybody in the
No,
chat
no,
got any questions
no.
or
I'm down for a couple weeks.
man?
Yeah, I'll be sobbing.
Yeah, well, at least you
Nah, it
did
gives
get
me a
some.
break. You know what I mean? It gives me a
Yeah,
break.
And then you got
Yep.
some good fishing in
Yep.
before
And
you took it
I need to
down.
clean my boat out because I'm gonna get my carpet done. And
Yeah,
yep. So it's a break. It's
cool.
good. I can do little stuff on the boat
That's what's up.
while I wait.
But guys, this especially you guys that fishes Lake Houston, I see that it's getting better. To today, I fished maybe 20 minutes and caught five and wasn't even trying. Bowfin, yep, bowfin's another name.
Yeah.
And
Both.
so it's coming. Uh, and another year or so, I think that Lake Houston's going to be really good. I see that I fished for crappie for a little bit on Conroe and found a bunch of small fish on it also. And yeah,
Nah, I don't need no work. I want to relax. Man, I
yeah, Burke
did
says,
Joey's big order today. Man, it was hot.
yeah, yeah, bowfin, shoe pick, mudfish. I
Yep.
call them trash.
Yep.
He said, call them trash. Yes, ma'am. We've come to an end, you guys. And
Yep.
Steve, brother, I appreciate you coming
Yep.
on.
Where's Craig?
And another
Missouri,
thing,
right?
hopefully, huh?
Missouri, Craig.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So hopefully, our buddy LBG should be back on the road here soon to some normalcy.
Oh, cool.
He should have his truck back going. His truck has been down. He's been having a few issues with his brand new
Yeah.
boat, but he should be back to normal here after a while.
Iowa. That's where Craig is. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's Kingfish.
Hey, what's
What's up?
happening, Kingfish?
Drink plenty of
Yep.
cool down. Yeah, drink plenty and cool down. Yep,
Yep.
no doubt. And Super Dave, good show. Be safe, everyone, and wear your those PFDs.
Yep.
And guys, as always, thank you all of you for joining us. And as we always say, we'll see you guys next week. Same time, same flavor. Peace.
Yep.